Hello, Miami. You're watching 305 Sports Now, your home podcast and channel for all things Miami sports related. I am Will.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me.
Good afternoon, everybody. Lovely Sunday afternoon here. Thank you for watching 305 Sports Now. Once again, I am your host, Will, and I want to stick on the topic of the Miami Hurricanes, and I want to once again congratulate the Miami Hurricanes for landing the top available transfer portal running back in Damian Martinez. Yes, Damian Martinez once again takes his 6.1 yards per carry to the University of Miami, as well as 9 touchdowns and almost 1,200 yards rushing. So, but the Canes weren't done yet. Jalen Alderman, the talented linebacker out of the University of Louisville, who entered the transfer portal, has just committed to the Miami Hurricanes, or today actually committed to the Miami Hurricanes as well. He provides the much-needed experience in the linebacker room alongside with Wesley Bassett and Kiko Marinoa. I do believe that we will see a rotation with Jalen as well, but nonetheless, he does provide experience, and he's awfully talented, can basically play coverage and can tackle and do all those things that are necessary for Lance Guidry's defense. But now I want to talk about and bring back, and the man I promised to cover in the latest possible Kane segment, and that is Vernell Brown III. Yes, Vernell Brown III out of Jones High School in Orlando, Florida. Vernell, okay, is slated at 5'11", 170 pounds. Okay, he is the 10th best wide receiver in the country, ranked by 247 Sports, and he's the 10th best player in the state of Florida. For the season of 2023, folks, this young man caught 70 footballs for 1,363 yards and 10 touchdowns. This is my favorite wide receiver in the 2025 class. I love Jamie French. I love Cortez Mills, okay? But I really, really like this young man. As you'll see in his huddle video, and my announcement I'm going to bring apart, this is why I really like this kid. This kid is an absolute stud at receiver. And I say about a lot of guys, but most of them I say it is true, okay? They are studs. They're studs in high school, and many times it will transition or does transition into college football. But Cortez Mills has very good hands, right? Very good hands. He's extremely fast. Okay, he is a guy that if you don't jam him correctly in the line of scrimmage, if he's playing that boundary and he's taking a go route to go deep, he is going to burn you. He's going to burn the cornerback, and he's going to put the defensive back, the safety. If he's not in the right position in an awkward circumstance where they may end up on a highlight reel, he will score a touchdown on those plays as well. He's a guy that can play the slot. He could burn the slot as well. So he creates a mismatch for a safety or even a linebacker or even a nickel that is covering him as well. All right, in coverage. So he's a nightmare. Great footwork. Absolutely amazing footwork. Again, the solid hands as well. Break some tackles as well. But the one thing I really like and I really enjoyed by watching his huddle video is how elusive he is. Let me paint a picture for you how elusive this guy is, okay? He reminds me, and I hate to put pressure on this young man, but he reminds me of Devin Hester if Devin Hester was playing a skill position, okay? If he was a wide receiver or a running back. The reason why I say that, because if you look at some of the video, he has been bracketed by like 3 guys, and he's gone. He finds a way out. He's extremely shifty, difficult to tackle. I think it was Vernell that my buddy Benny over from You Heard said you could put that guy in the phone booth and try to poke him with a pencil, and good luck, right? You ain't gonna touch him. He is just that elusive. Okay, he's difficult to bring down because he's slippery, and he'll run away from you. And if you trap him, if you're even slightly off in terms of your position to make a tackle, he'll find that crease, he's gone, and you're not catching him. You are not catching him. Deep ball as well, 50-50 ball, okay? Even though he's 5'11", he plays bigger than what he really does, Really is. I saw him, catch a ball over a safety, beautiful catch in one of his videos over a safety. Just basically big boyed him, mossed him, like we like to call it back in the day, mossed him completely. So this is a young man that is a fine tool receiver. Even though he's not the biggest guy, he can still grow. He's a young man, okay? He could still grow, all right, as well. He's probably, actually not still, he's going to grow, all right, as well. So who knows how tall he'll end up being when he enters the collegiate level. And he's just going to be a fine football player for any team he deals with. So that is why I am excited about this young man. Now, here it is, though. Even though I list him as a possible Cane, and from what I've heard, he does love the University of Miami. He likes Kevin Beard. Kevin Beard is very good at building relationships with recruits. He has been crystal balled by 247 to go to Ohio State. And I know those Ohio State fans, yeah, well, Brian Hartline is, yeah, I get it. You're a wide receiver factory for the NFL. I understand that. And you got Jeremiah Smith as well. I understand that. But here's the thing, and I'm going to tell you, Ohio State fans, and I say this with a lot of love, okay? And I just want to tell you, we have flipped your top players in the last couple of years. We poached Mark Fletcher from you, and we poached Justin Scott from you. And I know wide receiver is a little more difficult because the reputation that Brian Hartline has developed, and the fact that the one thing Ohio State has been doing, aside from winning some games, just not being able to beat Michigan lately, is that they've been producing wide receivers at the NFL level, and they're sending guys to the NFL. That's all fine and dandy. But I will say this: if Ryan Day, same go for Mark Cristobal, but Ryan Day is a much more heat. If Ryan Day doesn't produce this year, doesn't beat Michigan, either doesn't contend for a national championship, especially with Will Howard now at quarterback, and the fact that you bring in some top 10 classes year in and year out with these stud receivers as well, Ryan Day's in trouble, and that spells problems for recruiting, because of a lot of recruits won't go to teams if the coach is on a heavy hot seat. Okay, so let's get that as well. And even if he does, and I'm gonna tell Ohio State fans this, even if he does commit, if he does say, I'm going to Ohio State, if Miami, and it's set up this way, if Miami, again, on paper, Miami should have a very good season. I'm saying this on paper, and we're not even done yet with the transfer portal. If Miami has a very good season where they've really cracked that ceiling and they get 9 to 10 wins, mainly 10 wins, and the wide receivers are looking really good, the offense is looking really good, and they're in position to get into a 12-team playoff, I am going to put, if he commits to Ohio State verbally, I will put, without a problem, Vernell Brown in the much-hated segment that Canes fans love it, but everybody outside of Cane fandom hates it. I will put him in Flip Watch, because Vernell Brown will be on Flip Watch, because very well, even though he may commit to the school, Mario Cristobal, Kevin Beard, and the rest of the staff, they don't stop talking to these players, and they have flipped some guys. So I just want to remind you, look, I'll even be honest with you. Darius Hayes was locked in with Florida. He flipped to the Canes. So that's just, hey, listen, that's the nature of the beast. So once again, if Vernell Brown does give a verbal commitment to Ohio State, which is where he's predicted, according to 247, he's 100% going to say Ohio State. If that's the case, fine. Enjoy your time in the sun, because until December or later than that, if they don't sign, they're fair game. And I will say this, he will be, if the Canes do very well at wide receiver, and I really hope they do find a way to rotate those young guys in there, like Nye Carr and JoJo Trader. If he sees that, and the Canes are the cusp of 10 wins, heading for a college football playoff, heading for an ACC championship, which that is the goal for this year, the way they've been recruiting and the way they've been hitting the transfer portal, picking up Damian Martinez and so on, and possibly Sam Brown, the stud wide receiver out of Houston. Guess what? I will put Vernell Brown on Flip Watch, and do not be surprised if he flips. So I'm just saying, and I hope he just commits and stays committed. But if he does decide to commit to another university, I will put him on Flip Watch, because I don't think that's a commitment that you could hold to be true, or locked in, like the saying goes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. It's a great Sunday. It's been a great weekend for the Miami Hurricanes. Tough if you're a Heat fan. Tough if you're a Panthers fan. The Panthers did fall as well. But great if you're a Canes fan. Magnificent if you're a Canes fan, because they picked up Dave Martinez. They picked up a very good linebacker as well. And again, they're in line for one of the top wide receivers in the country. Two of them actually, in Vernell Brown and also Jamie French. So ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard, please Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to 305 Sports Now. Everybody stay safe. God bless. See you soon. All about to you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you soon.